Thank you, Sal. My name is Anthony Bolito, and I will be talking about the corporation and decision making that took place at Enron. To start, I'll be talking about the corporate culture. Enron wanted to be an internet startup, flashy company. Like most companies in the early 2000s, they thrived on image and appealing to everybody else on the internet. Everything had to be the biggest and the best. According to the New York Times, uh, and Neela Van Harry on February 26, 2002, Enron spent nearly $1.5 million on a corporate Christmas party. They spent a lot of money on image and luxury, and they even gave employees free laptops and cell phones. Image and media, they cared about image and media more than they cared about finances. They cared about their reputation to everyone else rather than what they were doing on the books. Let's talk about their leadership styles at Enron. For corporate to corporate and corporate to employees was very different. Corporate to corporate, they were more of a laissez-faire type of corporation. Leaders remained calm over multi-million-dollar deals. They let other corporate leaders do as they please and let them control and rule and talk to other employees, lower level employees, however they wanted. They didn't stop leaders from doing what they wanted either, or from doing wrong. Some leaders in corporate knew that other leaders in corporate were making wrong decisions and forging documents, lying about certain information, and they didn't stop them from doing that. Although corporate to employees, like I said, was very different from corporate to corporate. Corporate to employees was more of an autocratic leadership style. Leaders bullied employees into them doing what they wanted. They would fire employees that weren't excelling at what they were doing, even if they were doing their job just to how they were supposed to do their job. If they weren't excelling and going above and beyond, they would fire their employees. And they made employees do a lot more work than they were supposed to. Like I said, they would fire their employees if they weren't doing that extra work. Corporate norms, culture, corporate norms at Enron are a little bit different. According to the New York Times, Floyd Norris on January 16, 2003, they hid debts and losses from shareholders and put it in misleading ways so that people would not be scared about what they were doing at Enron. Like I said, they spent a lot of money, that $1.5 million on Christmas. They spent money on employees, such as laptops and cell phones. They just spent money on flash and image rather than being conservative with their money and spending it in the right places. Companies' execs were involved in insider trading, which is selling stocks, selling their personal stocks, which is illegal. Traders in New York lied about losses to corporate. Strict ruling by corporate caused lower level managements to not share internal information. They forged documents and they would often lie to corporate so that they would not be in danger of losing their jobs. Creation of groupthink at Enron is a pretty crazy one. So it starts with the corporate. Corporate was a very autocratic leadership style, like I said, to their lower level employees. So they often scared employees. They wanted their employees to be perfect, which is also what caused a fear in the employees. And a lot of the employees did not want to lose their job by not being perfect to what corporate wanted. So they would lie about how they were doing, about their numbers to corporate. They had another creation of groupthink was caused by the desire to be the internet startup company. They wanted people to think that they had the money to spend by buying all this flashy and luxurious items, but in reality, they didn't. They didn't want to lose any stock, so would when they would lie about their numbers or mislead their investors, they would be doing that just so they wouldn't lose their profits and wouldn't lose their stock value. They emphasized on profits. On profits, they had no interest in service and or product. So all they cared about was the money they were making, not what they were selling, and that caused a big divide. The demise of Enron happened fast, very rapidly. According to Investopedia, Troy Siegel on January 3rd, 2018, and Enron was involved in mark-to-market trading. Now, what that is they would trade their stocks in the energy field at expected prices, not at actual prices. So if the company ever hit that actual price, the Enron would send that company's stock to an off the book corporation, and it would never be recorded that it was a loss. They spent millions of dollars on a high speed broadband telecom network, and it ended up showing no return at all. They stopped letting their employees. Towards the end, they put their employees on a 30-day hold from selling their stock. They believed their stock price would keep appreciating and that it would never depreciate, so they'd sell at a higher value until it eventually depreciated, and they lost out on millions of dollars. Like I said earlier, they went off the books to hide all of their debts. They would never reveal it to their shareholders or stockholders, and they had off the books accounting. Now, over to Delano for gains and losses.